Why do smart people walk away from relationships, jobs, and even long-term friendships so quietly? To an outsider, it can look sudden, even cold. But in most cases, this is not a result of coldness at all. It is the result of deep calculation. It is an act of profound self-respect. And above all, it is the clearest sign that someone has already analyzed the data and seen the future. They aren't leaving because they are angry. They are leaving because they are finished. When we use the word smart in this context, we aren't just referring to high IQ scores or academic success. We are talking about high emotional intelligence, acute pattern recognition, and a sophisticated understanding of social dynamics. Smart people do not usually act on impulse. They don't leave because of one bad day or a single heated argument. In fact, they often stay much longer than others expect. They wait, they observe, and they analyze. They give second, third, and fourth chances. Not out of weakness, but because they are trying to see if the situation can still be saved. The turning point for a smart person is when a mistake becomes a pattern. A single problem is an isolated event. It's forgivable. But a repeated problem is a data point. When Zeke people notice that the same cycle of disrespect, stagnation, or toxicity keeps repeating, their perspective shifts. They stop looking at the person's words and start looking at their trajectory. Once the pattern becomes a certainty, walking away no longer feels like a difficult emotional struggle. It starts to feel like a logical necessity. You don't get angry at a storm for being wet. You simply walk inside to stay dry. This is why they leave so quietly. By the time they actually pack their bags or stop answering the phone, they have already done all the mental and emotional heavy lifting. They have already mourned the loss of the relationship or the job while they were still in it. While the other person might be surprised by the sudden silence, the smart person has been preparing for this exit for months. They've exhausted all reasonable arguments. They've tried to communicate their needs. When they realize that further words will change nothing, they choose silence as their final message. For a highly intelligent individual, time is the most valuable currency. They calculate the return on investment for their emotional energy. They ask themselves, if I spend another year here, where will I be? If the answer is in the exact same place, they leave. It isn't that they don't care, it's that they care too much about their own future to let it be wasted on a losing game. They choose the short-term pain of walking away over the long-term suffering of staying in a situation that is beneath their potential. At its core, walking away is a boundary. Smart people understand that they cannot control how others treat them, but they can control what they tolerate. They know that by staying in a toxic environment, they are essentially giving their silent approval to the mistreatment. Walking away quietly is their way of saying, I value my peace more than I value your validation. They don't need a final argument to feel right. They don't need to win the breakup or the exit interview. Their victory is the freedom they find on the other side of the door. So, if you see someone intelligent walking away from a major part of their life without a grand scene, don't mistake it for lack of heart. They are simply moving toward a future that makes more sense. They have seen the end of the movie, and they have decided not to wait for the credits to roll. If you find yourself in a position where someone quiet has left your life, perhaps it's time to look at the patterns you provided. And if you are the one thinking about walking away, remember, logic is often your best guide when emotions are too loud. Thank you for watching. If this video resonated with you, please give it a thumbs up and share your thoughts in the comments. Have you ever had to walk away quietly? Let's talk about it. Don't forget to subscribe for more insights into psychology and self-growth. See you in the next video.